Yeah. Two niggas with attitude.
Back, man. You already know, man. We sitting on the black couch, man, right here chilling, man, as two real kings do, man. Two real men, two real devoted fathers, man. Two cats who come from two different walks of life, man. First generation, second generation, man. Crip side and the blood side, man. But we're now black kings, man. Giving it to you guys, bro. So you already know when we can do it, y'all can do it, man. So check it out. Hey, Melly. I'm gonna ask you a few questions before I close out my segment, man, today, man. It's been beautiful having you here, man. I just jumped out the studio with you, man, on the Postman show, man. So it's a beautiful day, man. And it's actually, you know, New Year's, man. It's a new year,
2023,
yes,
man.
Sir.
It's here. It's upon us.
So as a podcast, a journalist, a creator, a father, a man of opinion, a voice, an influencer on this internet, I want to ask you your opinion on a couple of cats, man. How do you feel about Charlie White, man?
Charleston White. When I first heard Charleston White, I said, man, this guy lacked impulse control. He lacked tonality and phraseology. What I mean by that, he's not wrong in what he's saying, but his deliverance in the words he used, how descriptive he gets when he got F this dead, the F this B, and you know what I mean?
Man,
I'm not a person, when I'm on my pod, I don't curse. I don't think that language is important.
That's
because
true.
I think people use that as fillers. Other words, they're lost for better terms, interpretation of what they're trying to convey and say. That's just my belief. It don't
That's
make it
intimate.
true.
That's real. That's real.
Yeah. So, but outside of that, I think Charleston White, man, he hits on some real deep stuff that we've been like struggling with, and we don't understand that what he's saying is actually right.
So is it safe to say that coming from the gang culture that we once come from and that life we once lived and the shoes we once fulfilled, then a lot of people are in denial?
Yes, because, you know, he gets into the degree F Tookie, F Raymond Washington, I'm dead, F Nipsey Hussle and all this stuff. But the people that actually brought him out here underestimated Charleston White and where he was going and what he was doing. He was actually learning. He was actually
he became
school.
a sponge. That's
Yeah,
right.
and he took it all in, and then they were gonna. I mean, you know, they might have been trying to use him or put him in a position that he didn't really want to be in. But all the time, he had his own agenda. Sometimes people have hidden agendas and they have dual purpose. And when they have dual purpose, they're able to outmaneuver and outflank you and go in a different direction from what you anticipated. You can't anticipate nothing for anybody. Everybody have their own mind and their own sense of thinking and how, in terms of how they want to achieve and accomplish their life or fulfill goals. You can't, you know, you can't have expectations. The moment you start having expectations for people outside yourself, you in control of two things. You controlling what's in this mouth and what comes out of that mouth. You in control of that.
That's right.
You know, so but you can't, you know, you can't put him in that category because obviously, again, he outflanked him, and he just took all that stuff in and used it for his how he wanted to interpret it and how he wanted to express himself about the Crips and Bloods and the damage they have done to their communities and people. And he talked about Big Mama and Mud Deer. I mean, I can't deny the fact that Mud Deer and Big Mama have been hurt. See, we didn't take into account that what we were doing, our actions was going to hurt Mud Deer and hurt Big Mama, hurt our sisters, hurt our wives, hurt our children. We just was out there doing what we was doing.
Right. Not even thinking.
Not thinking.
So that brings us to my next question. How do you feel and what's your opinion about a lot of the current status that's been taking place as far as the deaths of hip hop? You know, we the PMB dude, the young Offset, the young New Yorker kid who came out here got robbed and killed. You know, what's your opinion on that, Mel? As a veteran LA native, man, out of Compton and Los Angeles and representing the city, man, what is your opinion? You know,
I think that we so much want people to have this big old high opinion about who we are, to the degree that we want this status. There are more black people that buy Mercedes than any other group of people, and don't own nothing else. But they go buy the Mercedes. So
The brand.
it's a status. You know what I mean? So here it is. I got 26M in my bank account. I'm not in no bowling alley. I'm not behind the bowling alley. I'm not in front of the bowling alley throwing guys up against the wall. I'm not doing that. For what? Because now the people that also claim to love me now in the position to hurt me.
Those are the coyotes and the werewolves, man.
Man, the yard buzzers themselves, the
Come on,
vultures
man.
and the yard buzzers
Come
are
on.
always flying around and circling and sitting.
Whenever any man or woman takes the time to make a choice of real transition with their life, meaning I'm gone, I'm done, this is it for me. That very same person you grew up with and once knew ain't gonna be that same person again,
Nope.
man. I don't give a damn. You may very seldom have one of your homies out of 15 of the other ones.
Right.
Ain't gonna be the homies no more, bro.
Right.
That's just the existence of life. You know what I mean? So with that being said, so we just say Charlie, and I asked you about the hip hop deaths. So what?
I think that the hip hop deaths are connected to what we call is drill music, and it's a nihilistic form of music. When I say now is connected with dark, secret, demonic, and violence. So the music in itself, it comes out in a way to where these guys are gonna die, and the majors, the Sonys, the Warner Brothers, Universals, the Empire, they already understand, because when you ask them what's more important, the people or the business, they're gonna tell you the business, because they already put a insurance policy on you.
It's a number system.
Yes.
Music was built on a number system. And
Once again, we talked about numbers earlier, right?
And music is built on a number system, and music is built on empowerment.
Mm-hmm.
Music is power within itself. I just spoke on this yesterday on one of my lives about how powerful music is. Music is a transition form of hypnosis.
It's hedonism. Hedonism is when you become intoxicated. Like, I could be singing a song, and next thing you know, that song will be in your head.
You feel me? And the mood sets what depends on what you listen to.
Uh-huh.
Like, if you you drive, say we taking a field trip, right?
Mm-hmm.
We decide you sleeping. I'm saying, let me put on some jazz. Because we going hunting, so we in a good frame of mind.
Right.
So, I'm relaxed mode,
Right.
so I throw on some jazz.
Yeah, you throw on some Monk or some West Montgomery or something.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Or some Coltrane.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Coltrane, right?
And so, or flip the mood. We finna go do something rapping. Nigga, we wanna listen to some gangster rap.
Yeah, we're gonna throw it early in the morning. I jump in the
You know what I'm
BMC.
saying?
I got 44 ways for getting
Come on.
paid.
To put us in that
appetite
mind
for destruction
frame.
and
You know
all
what I
that.
mean?
Something, always
Make
up to
love.
something.
Oh, I'm gonna hit Teddy Pendergrass.
Right.
Stylistic,
Right.
shine lights.
Right.
I need some balance right now. You
Right.
feel me? So
Right.
music has always been a total mind control.
Yeah, I ain't no killer, but don't push me.
You know what I mean?
Revenge is like the sweetest joy next to getting speed.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So come on, man. It's a mind control.
Right.
So today, what has happened was, and I say this from the inside, not a consumer on the outside, as teaching, the masses know this. They figured everything out from the tone of a marketing standpoint on, okay, how do we continue collectively to make billions of dollars off these
I'm glad you brought that. Let me touch on this. One of the things they're really good at is keeping us distracted. And one of the things that keep us distracted is vagina, the P, right? One of the most powerful emotions that a man has is desire to have sex. But if he somehow transmute that and harness that energy and transmute it into a monetary equivalent, he'd be that much further ahead. Let me explain.
Yeah, I was about to say, break that down
Let me
for them,
explain.
those who don't.
So, if you took that same energy you put into chasing and put it into building your life, building the foundation, fulfilling goals and potentials, you be that much further ahead. Because then at that point, you won't have to look for the P. The P looking for you.
Exactly. And then out of that, you're not desiring. It doesn't become desirable.
No.
Feel me? It becomes your want and your need only when you have that one particular individual that you desire.
See, the man is the prize. I'm not trying to make ladies feel loved,
hey, man,
but ladies, you are living in a world that men built. You ain't built no skyscrapers. You ain't built no railroads. You ain't built no ships. You ain't built a house that you live in. A crew of men built that. So we're actually the prize. You know what I mean? You guys just come in, fulfill everything, every aspect of our life, and make it. And
I didn't understand that.
Okay. And you, if a real woman would take a man's ego and give him that. In other words, if a man is out there fighting the world and a woman comes and say, baby, I believe in you. I know you can go out there and conquer this. I know you can do everything you want to do. That get that man empowers him to go do just that.
And he gonna do just that, bro. And that's crazy you say that because I tell women, and I said this to my significant other, the importance of that, man, that you don't understand how much it means just to have your moral support, or what it means to a man who's on a mission to have moral support, whether it's family, his significant other, his girlfriend, that moral support. And we ain't talking about buy my shoes, buy my clothes, because I can do that my damn self, because I'm a real independent man.
Right.
But that moral support, man, that's our energy. That's our fire. That's
because
our
men are ego-driven.
Yeah, you know? Wow, man. Man, listen, man, you sitting on the black couch for R.O.E, man, 2023, man. MELLYMEL, the postman himself, man. We about to close out, but before I do, man, I got to hit him with them final three, man. There's three of them, TV land, I got to hit him with. I need to know what inspires you, what motivates you, and there's one more that was on the tip of my tongue.
What surprised you?
What surprises you? That's
Okay.
what it was. Inspiration,
Okay.
motivation, and surprise.
What motivates me is the ability that I see my people. I wish you would see yourselves what I see. And I have to keep going because each and every day it's important that I give you something, some substance. I give you something that's particularly good, that where you could take it and utilize it in your life and make it work. Two things, right? Well, actually three. Make more, spend less, invest the rest. That's
Make
one of
more,
the things.
spend less, invest the rest.
That's what our people have to get into.
That's
And
right.
once you understand that the wealth of this country is determined by the property you own. You can have a big lot in Beverly Hills with nothing on it, and it'd be worth millions and millions of dollars.
Yes, sir.
You know, so it ain't the house that's on the property; it's the land itself, the dirt itself.
Yes.
So the land, the wealth of this property, because you could go back and look at the Donald Trumps, Donald Sterlings, the Magic Johnsons, the Michael Jordans, Mark Cubans, any of those super rich guys, they all have what?
Land.
Mass property.
That's right. Land.
Even Kanye West had 1,000 acres in Wyoming. So with that being said, so what inspires me? What inspires me is that each and every day I get up and I see the sun rise and I see the world tapping at my eyelids, and I awaken to a world that I believe that is beautiful and has potential, and that the people in it are capable of making good, righteous, good decisions. Now, I'm looking for the good in people before I look for the bad. And by doing that, I'm able to see things in people in this, and I just always look at, I see different people and I say different things to them, and it inspires them. You know what I mean? And it inspires me to see their reaction to it.
So looking at the good first, I would take it that because it doesn't block you from being able to see the bad. Or if you see the bad first, it will block you from even seeing any good.
So watch
you're
this.
judgmental, right?
Watch this, yes. We were born in the best of circumstances. You ever heard the term born losing? There's no such thing. And let me explain why. There are over 20 to 40 million live organisms in one single drop of sperm. Each and every one of those are looking to become life within a 72-hour period. 1,500 would actually make to the adduct wall, and within the 72 hours, the rest will die off, and maybe 100 or so make it through the fallopian tube, and only one.
Only one.
Between
Ain't
the
that something?
egg.
Just one.
So
Not
you
the 100.
won the race of life. You come here winning.
Man.
So why did you choose to lose?
Huh.
Environment? Did the environment teach you that, or did your parents teach you that, or did somebody else give you that? You come in this existence winning. You want out of all them people, all them alive living organisms wanting to be life. BJ, you won. I won.
So last but not least, what's surprising to you?
What's surprising to me is how gullible some of the people that claim to be our teachers or some of the people that claim to be our leaders. And when I say that, they on purpose derail us as a people. They will lie to you. They'll misguide you. They give you misunderstandings. Let me tell you what they do. And I don't have nothing against religion or any of that, but this is what some of them do. They'll make religion the product. No, religion will be the business. Jesus will be the product. The parishioners will be the consumers. The bishops, the pastors, the imams, and the clergy, the cardinals, and the they're the CEOs.
They're CEOs. Ain't that some shit?
They're the benefactors. They are the benefactors. And that surprises me how they continue to keep doing that and nobody takes them up on it.
Wow.
Don't bring them to account. Hold those individuals account. Go watch Gino Jennings.
Gino Jennings, man.
Go watch Gino
Shout
Jennings.
out to the pastor, man.
Go watch Gino Jennings. How he go through the Bible and he articulate, he break it down. He tell you if it's not Bible.
Am I right, y'all?
See? You right, boy.
So real quick,
Okay.
Mr. Professor. Last but not least, I want to ask this one. You've interviewed a lot of people, man. You've interviewed a lot of people on your show. And I take it that you pick and choose the people that you choose to interview because, again, you like making content of substance, things that make sense, things that people can learn off of, you know, or walk away with the possibility of saving someone youngster's life based on the experience that OG or that woman or that person may have had, right? You had this one particular cat on your show, man. This one particular cat on your show, Triple OG they call him. What's your opinion, man, about that dude when you interviewed him?
What we talking about, Frog?
Yeah.
Well, Frog, okay. I think Frog is an oversensitive guy. I think he's hyperactive, and he don't want you to talk. He want to do all the talking, and he actually writes all this stuff down. And I think he called various different peoples. He called Yellow Eyes. He called this guy. He called Google. He called all these different people and get all this information, and then he want to regurgitate it and give it back to you as if it was his truth.
Which makes it illogical, not logical.
Yes.
That's a
So
difference.
I think he had some experiences, true enough, but I think that he's looking to control it. You know what I mean? Like, you got a lot of men that's not super educated. Well, not necessarily, I don't want to use that term. But what I'm saying, they want to control. They try, because even with a man and a woman, right? If a man can't beat a woman mentally, spiritually, or verbally, what does he do?
Result physically.
He go physical. So
That
when I see him, he's always want to go. He tries to go to where if he can drown you out and not get your word in, then you believe that what he's saying is true.
There's truth to it.
See, he's with the representative of what we call a well-dressed lie. A well-dressed lie is when a lie invited the truth to go swimming. And the truth gave the lie the benefit of the doubt. So the lie turns to the truth and say, hey, let's see you go underwater and hold your head underwater and I'll keep count. So while the truth is underwater, he can't hear, he can't see, he can't understand nothing that's going on.
He have no idea what the hell is going on.
So what the lie does is begin to clothe himself in truth clothing. So the lie takes off running down the street. The people see the lie come and they say, hey, that looks like truth.
Like this the real.
Yeah.
It's the real
That
deal.
looks like truth.
Wow.
So the truth finally comes up out the water and look around. Wait a minute, what's going on? So the truth immediately looks and see his clothes gone. He jump out the water and give chase. And someone looked around and said, well, wait a minute. There come the naked truth. See, we're the naked truth.
And
And when we can't catch up with the lie, we take our clothing back.
Yeah, he's in trouble.
He in trouble.
On that note, man, you just been, man, you've been struck by lightning, like I tell you, man. R.O.E. 2023, man. The closing, last and final statement is, what would you tell to our youths out there today, man? Our youngest, man.
Well,
our
I would
youngest,
tell you,
man.
I would tell the youth that continue to educate, we continue to be motivated and inspired by gentlemen like BJ and myself and other individuals that out there that's coming to you with these platforms and not holding on to the blood and Crip thing. When you see me, when I speak, you can't even tell that I was ever a Crip.
Mm-hmm.
BJ, you can't tell that he was ever about it. You can't tell that he came about it because he carried himself in a very high regard. He has high personality, he has high energy, and he's educated, and he talks to you in a way that from endearment, love, and generosity. So with that being said, I think that our youth should pay attention to those individuals and to the triple OGs. Man, y'all can't be so empathetic, man. Stop being empathetic because you created this stuff. Now you living a good life. You decided you don't want to talk about it or discuss it. That's wrong.
Yes, sir. And on that note, man, you've been tapped in, you've been tuned in, man, to R.O.E., man, 2023, man. Y'all already know my motto. For the people, by the people, to the people. You know my slogan, man, and you know my closing,
model,
man.
There you go.
WATTS. Watts. We are taught to survive.
There it is there.
The Postman.
Remember
Go subscribe.
the streets is not a lifestyle. It is a death style.
Bam.